I'm not here to teach you what to think, I'm here to teach you how to think. The Art of Calibration, from creepy to charisma. In this program, I will be defining calibration, the traits of a calibrated person, the categories of people to calibrate to, the traits of a creepy person, and the things a creepy person can do to become more calibrated. Now, the following definition for calibration is something I came up with during my development. I write about it very briefly in my autobiography, From Loser to Seducer. Calibration is the art of putting people into categories and modifying your behaviors to them without conflicting with your own base life philosophies. Calibration is the art of putting people into categories and modifying your behaviors to them without conflicting with your own base life philosophies. In short, this is not a license to deceit. Agreeing to something that you would never agree to is not an act of calibration. Calibration is an art form. Why is it an art form? Because it's something that is ongoing. You are continually learning how to calibrate. After many years of doing this type of thing, I am still always learning more about how to calibrate to people. The goal is not to become a master calibrator. The goal is to reach a point of calibration so that you can function in the lifestyle that you want to set up. In life, you're going to run into people who are going to say things and do things which are counter to your own base life philosophies. When you run into them, depending on the situation, the most that you should be able to do in that situation is make the person feel that you understand their position, but at the same time, communicate to them that you don't agree with that position. Here's a little homework exercise for you. In the next few days, listen in to two people arguing. The thing you're going to notice is that the arguments get worse when people try to convert one another to their point of view. It is the person in that situation that can make the other party feel understood about their position and still say, I understand what you're saying, and then repeat back to them what they're saying. Make the person feel understood, and then let them know, I get where you're coming from, but I don't agree. The key to true calibration is to leave a person with a good feeling about both that person themselves and a positive reflection on you. The key goal is to leave a person with a good feeling about both that person, him or herself, and a positive reflection on you. The irony is that when you calibrate properly and make a person feel understood, they feel better about themselves, they feel better about you, and even though you may disagree on a topic, they're more likely to follow your lead, if for no other reason than you have just earned their respect. The effect of the good feeling that you leave with others when it's positive about you and the other person is called charisma. Now, is this the dictionary typical term of charisma? No, this is the definition that I use for the term charisma. If I go into a situation and I can leave the person listening with a positive feeling about it, and they have a positive reflection of me, that's when I know that I have charisma. To put it another way, charisma is a subcategory of the vibe you're giving off that other people pick up on. So when you calibrate well, and you leave the person feeling very positive towards you, as well as a positive reflection on yourself, that's charisma. The vibe, the feeling between the two of you, is charismatic. That's you leaving a charismatic vibe. What is the opposite of charisma? The opposite of charisma, and to borrow this term, is chutzpah. You either have charisma or you have chutzpah. Here's why. Charisma and chutzpah are two sides of the same coin. Both people seek to get what they want. The charismatic person gets it by making everybody involved feel good. The person with chutzpah makes only himself feel good. A person with chutzpah usually takes the attitude of, get the hell out of my reality, when he doesn't like you. Now, there's pros and cons to this type of strong-charactered chutzpah. The good is that having chutzpah can work. You will get what you want, sometimes, when you display a lot of chutzpah. The bad part is that having chutzpah means you're not calibrating to the environment and to the people around you. And that can cost you. It can cost you a job. It can cost you an opportunity. Having chutzpah means you have a very strong defined character that is somewhat inflexible. You might come off as rude, having a lot of gall, being impertinent. And because people aren't so willing to give you an opportunity or to cut you in on certain opportunities, people with chutzpah have a trait of being inclined to take liberties where they're not really afforded them. That's because that's how a person with chutzpah learns to survive. The pros is that a person with chutzpah doesn't tend to tolerate